What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Butter the Great. In this video, I figured let's take a drive in my brand new 2021 Ram TRX and tell you some of the things I do not like about my particular TRX, right? So it's gonna be a nice, short, simple, to the point video. So enough of this fluff. Let's talk about this stuff. So all the stuff I'm gonna talk about in this vehicle are not really major. They're just minor stuff that I wish was a little bit different. So before you think I'm just constantly Ram bashing, I'm not. If you watch the whole video, you'll see what I mean by some of this stuff. So the first thing I do not like with my TRX is the keys. Now, if you've seen this pretty good, you'll see this is a regular black key. Now, if you guys are familiar with like Hellcats, Chargers, Challengers, Trackhawks, you'll know they have a red key and they have a black key. So for the TRX, I got two black keys. And that's the first thing I do not like. Coming from a Challenger, because I had a 2016 Hellcat Challenger, I had a red key. The only thing red about this key is the TRX on the very back of it, right? So that's the first thing I do not like. For a lot of people who don't know, the red key was the 700 horsepower full power key, and then the black key was the 500 horsepower key, right? So if you want like your mother, your brother, your daughter, your cousin, whoever to drive the truck, and they want them to have full horsepower, you give them the black key, and they couldn't go in the system settings and change to 700 horsepower. So that's the first thing I noticed when I grabbed my keys. I was like, no red key. I mean, Ram, this truck costs literally $30,000 more than my 2016 Challenger Hellcat did, and I can't get a red key. I mean, I can understand you probably didn't want to put the same 700 horsepower, 500 horsepower system in the settings, because it used to be in my old Challenger in 2016, I can go in the setting and change from 700 horsepower to 500 horsepower. In the TRX, you cannot do that. So if your 18-year-old niece or daughter or whoever want to drive the truck, they're driving a full 700 horsepower. And depending on what mode you put them in, oh, it can get real squirrely real fast. That's the one thing I do not like, the key. I just wish that, well, you know what, Ram, for 2022, can y'all make like a batch of like red keys? I'm pretty sure if you guys made it an option where someone can order a red key, they would have paid extra $500 option for have red keys just for the aesthetics of it. Because I mean, I sit this key beside somebody else has a regular 1500, the keys look exactly the same. So unless we like flip it over, that's the only way I know this TRX's key is different from somebody's Ram limited key. So that's the one thing I don't like. I kind of feel as though they kind of cheaped out in not making the TRX stand out a little bit more. If you're going to charge someone $30,000 extra and they coming from a Hellcat, you could at least give someone a red key, even if it doesn't go into settings and change it to 500 horsepower. So that's the first thing I noticed when I got mine. All right, so let's go ahead and start it up. All right, safety first. You'll notice my son's car seat there, so we gotta go pick him up. Now, the second thing I don't like with my TRX is when I first started up the drive modes. Now, let me pull my camera out, and that way I can record and show this video. So the next thing I do not like about my TRX is the drive modes, right? Now, when you first get into it, you can hit the TRX button right here, double tap. Oh. You gotta watch the double taps. You gotta tap it 2 times within a certain time period. So the auto setup, this is what the truck's gonna default to when you first turn it on, right? So you only have these options right here to change. Well, I don't really say you have these options right here to change, because when you go to auto setup right here, if you go try to change the transmission, nope, can't change the transmission. You can turn the paddles on and off. Stability, let's go to sport. Can't change that in the auto mode. So what's the point of even having that listed in there if you can't even change it? I mean, suspension, you go to Baja, Street, Sport, and all that. Steering, you go to Rock, Street, Sport, and Auto mode. I mean, why would I put it in Rock mode and Auto? The only thing is to change the ones in red that I basically did. Now, if you go over to Custom, now you can go over and swap everything over. When you go over to Custom Setup, now you can go do Streets, Sport, Tow, and all that stuff. You can change the paddles, you can change stability. Well, you can't change the rock, but you can change the street, change the sport. Baja, you can pretty much do all the other changes. Just this time it unlocks the daggone stability and unlocks the trans. So that's the one thing I do not like. I have to go and over to custom in order to change that stuff, but I can't just leave it in auto to where when I start driving, it's automatically in sport for the transmission and for the stability control. So that's the one thing you just got to remember, that there's something you cannot change in auto mode, which I don't know why you cannot change it. Turn this off. So like I said, those are the first two things I did not like. Now, number three thing that pisses me off about this particular truck. Now, my truck has every interior option you can get on the TRX, right? So in my particular truck, the one option that pisses me off the most is in the advanced safety group. That's like $1,000, the pedestrian emergency braking. Now, that system is so freaking sensitive that someone can be, well, you can't really see it in my driveway. There's enough room behind me in my driveway for 2 cars to park right behind me. So with that being said, with that system on, if someone's driving down the road, it will sense that car driving and just immediately stop me. You're like, braking, right? That system pisses me off so daggone much that I just hate it to death. If you don't want to have, what's in that package? So if you can live without the adaptive cruise control and the lane keep assist, if you can live without that, don't get this package. I'll show you guys where it's at. So basically, you go down to Uconnect apps, you just tap the button for apps, go to settings, you can go down to safety and driving assistance, park sense. Yeah, park sense, there you go, rear parking sense, or rear park sense braking assist. That's what you want. Brake the vehicle while in reverse if a potential collision is detected. So if you want to, you can turn that daggone option right there off. So I'm gonna turn that off because that pisses me off to the most. That is like one system you do not want to have on. So let's go and get up out of here. All right. There. Park sense rear braking assist off. That is one thing that pisses me off. Like out of nowhere, it'd be like, vroom, vroom. It'll do that crap right there. Just automatically lock your daggone brakes when you least suspect it. Man, you have no idea when it's coming. Like I said, turn that crap off. That thing has done that to me so many freaking times. I can't tell you how many times. I can't tell you how many times. That's on my camera. Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a parking lot to where all of a sudden I'm backing up, and the next thing I know, I'm just automatically stopping, and it will not let me go anywhere until after the damn sensor just stops moving. It's crazy to think how much gas you're literally going to go through in this truck. Like I think I went like 1,000 miles. I probably had to fill up about 4 to 5 times, and each time I had to fill up was $100. So yeah, I think I had this vehicle since what, first week of March, first weekend of March. So here it is, the second week of March. So really like 2 weeks I've had this truck, and I had to fill up 5 times in 2 weeks on 1,000 miles. And the truck has already done cost me $500 in gas. Like that's just crazy to think. If you go like 1,000 miles, you got to spend like $500. But maybe because when I'm driving it, that I do that. So there is that, right? Maybe that's why I can't get good gas mileage, because you just cannot help but do that in this truck, right? This truck, in any way, shape, or measure, this truck should not exist. Can't no Raptor give you this kind of pleasure. Let me see. Is there anything else I do not like about this truck? The only other thing I can say I do not like about this truck really is the interior. Now, before you think like, wow, this has got the best interior, what are you talking about? Now, for me, if I want to take this truck off-road, I am so scared to do so because the interior is so nice with all this leather and all this Alcantara and all this red stitching. It is way too nice to take off-road. Like this truck right here, to me, it's like somebody going muddy in a tuxedo. Like, you're dressed way too nice to do something so dirty. Like, I literally find myself checking to make sure my hands are clean no matter where I'm at before I touch this steering wheel. Because I mean, Alcantara on the steering wheel, I do not want to get any dirt on this interior. And someone posted an interesting question to me on one of the posts I did on my YouTube channel. Someone asked me if I had to do it all over again, would I buy my TRX again, right? So, to me, honestly, if I had to buy the truck over again, I would not do this particular spec that I did. Now, my spec, as I said in my delivery video, has every single interior option and 0 exterior options. No running boards, no stickers, no nothing, no ram bar, no tire carry, nothing like that, right? No bead locks, none of that stuff is on this build. So, I'm a techie person, so I like to have vehicles that have a lot of tech in it. That's just how I am. I like to use tech in my vehicles. So, honestly, to me, how much this vehicle's cost and the intended use of this vehicle, it does not make any sense, right? If you're gonna take this thing off-road and go running around in the desert, in the dirt, whatever, I mean, how can you put your dirty hands on this Alcantara steering wheel? I mean, it is way too daggone nice of interior. If it was me and I had to do it over again, I would probably buy probably like a base truck, because I mean, at the end of the day, if you're going off-road in this thing, I mean, what more do you need? I mean, all thing you really need is just the engine and the seats, and that's it. You don't need no heads-up display. You don't need no heating, cool seats, whatever. Just roll your windows down, let the dirt come flying, and you're good to go. So that to me, that's what I would have done if I had to do it all over again. Like, because I mean, I want to go off-road in this thing. Like, I mean, there's not really a lot of off-road stuff I can do where I live at North Carolina, because all the trails are small and you can barely fit ATVs in there at the most cases, right? So to me, I'm kind of envious of a person who went and bought them like a base truck with a cloth interior. Because I mean, even that interior, if you see one in person, it has a lot more red in it than my $90,000 version. To me, you got a more off-road worthy spec, and I got more of a don't take this truck ever off-road spec. Because like I said, this interior is way too nice. Ram, you do have like the best interior I think I've ever seen. Like, this is like literally like on par with like Mercedes-Benz. TRX, like I say, it is a great truck. It's the only thing I can knock it from owning it and for the last 2 weeks and putting like 1,000 miles on it is I cannot go over 117. I mean, there are just some times when you go into Mexico that you just want to run over 117. A nice good, like I said, in this video, just a couple things I just don't like. I wish I had a red key, right? I hate the daggone pedestrian braking, right? The interior is too nice to go off-roading in. And then I don't have any top speed. So I can't just, go flat out when I want to. Another thing is, like, in this cabin is too perfect as well. I think maybe because I got noise cancellation, because I got a TR2 package with the H&K system. So I think that's why I don't get enough like supercharger and exhaust sounds. So let me pop part of my window open. So that's the only way I can really get a lot of sound out of it. I can pop that daggone window open and I can hear some rasp out of it. So I mean, the list is not very long. It's just a couple of things that just bother me. But overall, it is a great vehicle to drive. If you want to get one, I would definitely recommend you to get one. But if you do get one, just make sure you get it checked out, because there's been too many cases of them missing suspension bolts or having like little issues here and there with them. So as long as you get them checked out, you're good to go. Now, at this point right here in March, if you still haven't ordered one, I probably will just wait and order your 2022 model, right? I've done a video about all the changes that particular model is going to have, because there also is going to be a budget TRX. It's going to have like another engine in it. It's not going to be a Hellcat engine to make the price a little bit cheaper. So if 80-90K is way too expensive for you to get like a 96 spec TRX, you can just get one of those baby TRXs and go down to like a cheaper price point. So that's basically gonna be it for this video. So I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna do another video about the things I actually love about my truck. So make sure you guys stay tuned to that particular video. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Everything you do helps this channel grow and gives me the ability to provide you guys content like this. So I got plenty of mods coming over the next few weeks that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. And the top secret one that I'm not going to tell you about until it's actually done, that I'm probably going to be the first in the world to have. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. And until the next video, I'm out.